Council meeting for March 24th, 2025 at 7 p.m. has been called and we begin now. May I get roll call?
Mayor Candace Machado.
Here.
Councilmember Dacia Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Greg Lustig.
Here.
Councilmember Alana Bino. I don't know what it is about the A. Councilmember Ernie Blackford.
Here.
Town Attorney Scott Murray.
Here.
Chief of Police Mike Thompson. Fire Chief Leo Mawson asked to be excused. Public Works Director Robert Llewellyn asked to be excused. Town Clerk Janelle Underwood, Wested Citizens. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda, line item 1, consent agenda? A, approval of minutes for regular meeting and executive session for March 10th, 2025.
I need approval of the agenda first.
I knew I was doing it backwards
okay.
tonight. Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
All motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Ms.
Now.
Janelle. Thank you. Line item 1, consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? A, approval of minutes for regular meeting and executive session for March 10th, 2025. And line item B, approval of business license Superior Structures. Do I have a motion?
I move.
Do I have a second?
You did.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Line item 2, ordinance number 4-2025, an ordinance repealing and replacing Town Code 2-2-1 on the first reading.
Madam Mayor and Council, brought before you tonight is ordinance 4-2025. This is an ordinance repealing and replacing Town Code Chapter 2, Administration Section 2-2-1, regular meeting. And essentially what this ordinance is proposing is that it would change the time that the council meeting starts. It would still be the second and fourth Monday of each month, but instead of the meeting commencing at 7 p.m., it would commence at 6 p.m. and it's brought before you tonight on first reading.
Do I have a motion to approve ordinance number 4-2025, an ordinance repealing and replacing Town Code 2-2-1 on the first reading?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion?
I attempted going back and forth. I figured, yeah, we could probably pull it off. But then once sports started and everything else, and it's just like, it makes it that I have to get everything done an hour earlier. And so I am gonna not vote for this.
Any further
Just makes things a
discussion?
bit more difficult with smaller kids.
I would definitely second Alana's thing, because most of the time, my helpers with my young kids aren't off until 5 or 5:30, and then getting home at barely 6, it's hard to make it so that I can get to where I need to be. So I also would be a nay.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
So we're at a tie. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote yes to moving the meeting to 6 p.m. Motion passes. Line item 3, public comments from the audience. Are there people here to speak this evening? Sir, please feel free to come up to the podium. If you can state your name and who you're with so that council can hear you. You have 3 minutes on the clock, and we do request that everyone who comes up to the podium is respectful and clear with what they're asking.
Absolutely. My name is Cielo Guerra, and I own Dr. Chronics here in Evansville. I'm here tonight to raise concerns about a business called Forbidden Leaf that is planning to open directly next to us. Here's some facts. Months ago, long before we knew that they were coming to Evansville, a customer had brought us psychedelic mushrooms into our store and said that they had bought them from Forbidden Leaf. We turned those into the chief of police, along with a message that was mistakenly sent to our business phone, referencing the sale of DMT, which is another illegal drug.
What is that?
It is a psychedelic. It's one of the most psychedelic drugs there are, and it is completely illegal. Now, the man who runs the business, his name is Eric Stowe, but the license is in somebody else's name. Seems intentional, and it raises serious red flags. Just last week, we personally saw synthetic non-compliant products being sold at one of their other locations. This is Delta Products. Per the hemp regulations, no synthetic, non-psychoactive, less than 0.3% Delta-9 THC. Those products are still being sold in Casper, Wyoming by this company. Also, while we were there, we observed some sort of pills inside of a sandwich baggie that was being sold. We don't know if it was hydroxy, kratom, something like that. Seemed to have been no labeling on it. Seemed to have been extremely weird, but we did see that. It's not just illegal, but it's also a public safety risk. We're not perfect. We've made mistakes in the past, but we've taken real steps to improve that because we want to do things right, be a positive part of this community. As we live in Evansville, we do businesses in Evansville. We love Evansville. Seems Forbidden Leaf has shown the opposite: illegal drugs, shady business structure, and no respect for the law. I would kindly ask the council to deny Forbidden Leaf their business license. And that is all I have to say. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Ma'am, go ahead and come up. And again, if you could state your name and you'll have 3 minutes.
Absolutely. My name's Tina Marie Carter. I'm also an owner of Dr. Chronics. I also own 307 IEP, which is a painting company out of Casper. And I also run the general manager for the American Inn in Casper. I'm here to provide some clarity on the current legal and administrative status of the business known publicly as Forbidden Leaf, which is officially registered with the state of Wyoming under the name Alias LLC. This has been administratively dissolved. This business has by the state of Wyoming due to failure to comply with ongoing state requirements. This dissolution means that the company is no longer authorized to legally operate or conduct business in the state of Wyoming. They are currently running 3 businesses, and I have paperwork from the state of Wyoming to show this to you. Primary cause of dissolution is delinquency in the tax status. The company has a record of multi-tax related delinquencies with notice issued for the years of 2023, 2024, 2025, and they lacked a registered agent. On December 20th, 2023, the company registered agent formally resigned and no replacement was appointed. This violates the state law as every business is required to maintain a registered agent for legal and compliance purposes. Dissolution filing was on February 27th of 2024. This means they've been operated in Casper for over a year with no business license. Implications: at the present time, Forbidden Leaf is not a legal, recognized, or operating entity in the state of Wyoming, and the company remains unauthorized to conduct any business operations. We provide, and I have some documents here for you. We provide this information to ensure that full transparency regarding the legal status of this entity within the city of Casper and bordering communities. You can look up Forbidden Leaf on the state of Wyoming. They carry no entity. They carry no, and there's no entity for their alias, which is called Alias, their operations, or for under Forbidden Leaf at this moment. Even in the chance that they have put in a business license under a different entity, I think that we need to recognize that these folks do not pay their taxes. They do not follow the state laws. under the business licensing that was provided to them prior to this date. I have attached, you can pull it up yourself, I have attached one for each of you here. It shows all their delinquency. They were actually dissolved 12/20 of 2023. So I would also ask that they do not get a license in the city of Evansville because as according to the state today, which I pulled today, they are not a legal entity under forbidden leaf or under alias. And if they're delinquent on all those taxes, I wouldn't be surprised that we wouldn't get ours as well. May I hand you these?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you that you highlighted it. Thank you.
Hun, what was your name again?
Tina Marie Carter.
Tina Marie. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming up. Do we have any additional public comments? Ma'am, if you can come up, state your name, state who you're with. You'll have 3 minutes on the clock, and the time within the 3 minutes has to be respectful.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
My name is Ashley Taylor. I'm the owner of Elias LLC. And she is correct. My business was administratively dissolved by the state of Wyoming due to legal Zoom. I've actually just opened and finished my first case with going through this process with them. They filed for me in the beginning. They didn't get a certain filing done. It was the annual tax report. That happened twice. We also just fired our tax attorney, April, due to she was not doing anyone's taxes. We do have a case open on that as well. So that being said, for one, Elias or Forbidden Leaf is not the business that is trying to get a license in Evansville. It's Wild Blown Glass. We have a convenience store / nicotine vape shop. We sell 90% of nicotine vapes. We do sell glass, paraphernalia of that nature. We do sell a lot of kratom. Yes. There are, I would say, I don't know, 15 out of 20 of my customers a day that I do get comments about with Dr. Chronics coming in and saying, this has been this has happened this. We have had that in the past. I have never once had any legal issues, any stings, any issues with my QR code compliances that I have had brought to my attention by anyone. So that being in question kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't go into other businesses' stores. It's not something I do. I do not have the time. I'm just trying to figure out whether I can have a business over here or not. We've fought for about 7 months to get this come and go so we could reopen it as a small convenience store / vape shop. And it's been a struggle.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple questions. Where's your current location at?
It's 703 North McKinley.
703. Okay. And then you made comment of, what is it? Kratom or?
Kratom.
Kratom, what is that?
Kratom is a tea from Indonesia used. You can use it for sleep. You can use it for pain relief. There's multiple benefits for it.
Okay. You just made comment about it. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm just being honest of some of the things that are, sold in my store and
Right. Okay.
being
And then
just
you'd made comment
visible.
about turning it into a convenience store as well.
So at our location that we have now, we do sell ice cream, pizzas, Cisco products. We also carry Pepsi and cola. And those are all through distributions throughout town. So Lay's, Pepsi, and cola.
Perfect. Thank you, hon.
Yes, ma'am. And then there was also note of our construction, our contractors, Superior Structures. So I was just noting on that as well. Neil's contract for the location. So I don't know what's going on with that either.
You're talking about the zoning certificate?
Yes,
Approval of
ma'am.
The building permit?
Correct.
Yeah, as soon as I get that site plan, then I will forward
It's
it on
right
to
here.
the town engineer.
And that's what Neil gave me. So-
Okay,
And we called the gentleman that's doing the lining and all that for the striping.
Mhm.
And he said he could get a hold of me tomorrow around or after 2.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, actually, I have a question for you really quick.
Yes,
if you have
ma'am.
a second. On your business license, it says vape and smoke shop. So as far as vape, is that for tobacco products?
Correct, nicotine,
Okay.
which is also something that we sell, so.
And the smoke shop would be cigarettes as well?
So we do, we can sell tobacco cigarettes. There's just not really any good companies that give us a discount enough to actually sell the tobacco. It's dang near about the same price to go to us as it would be to Maverick or Loaf and Jug.
So what would you be selling, with the smoke shop part of it?
The glass, so glassware, glass paraphernalia. I also do have other things like glass ornaments that I sell. Those hang in the window.
Are you planning on selling like the Delta 9 and that
No, we
stuff
do
as well?
not.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley, I also had a couple of questions as well. Yes. No, you're just fine. Just to clarify, you had said that you've never had any legal issues,
With any of my products,
With any
any
of
of my
products.
QR codes,
any
any of that
businesses?
at all.
And are you the sole owner of this company, or have there been other people who have been owners of this company at any given time?
No, I am sole owner and always have been. I started this business in 2021. I was in Tennessee helping my mom. It was convenient at a convenience store. It was a Delta hemp product. I found it. The gentleman at Elevated Highway and it was something that we kind of brought in together, and then he went his way, I went my way.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anything else? Just so I don't have to turn back around.
Have nothing further?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any additional public comments?
I have a question for Mike.
The chief?
Yes. Or sorry, Chief. They made comment about turning over mushrooms. Can you tell us more about that, or do you remember? If it was a while ago, kind of a thing. I get it.
So council, the stuff was turned over. From there, I forwarded it to the jurisdictional authority of that because they're not within our jurisdiction. So it's been forwarded to the appropriate jurisdiction authorities.
And I'd like to say again, I've never.
Here,
had
if you're
any-
gonna speak, you have to come back up. Thank you.
Again, I just want to make note, I've never had any issues with any law enforcement, any complaints like that. I actually see them quite regularly. There's random car accidents in our parking lot quite frequently. So they're in our stores regularly.
Thank you. Chief, is there anything additional that you would like to add at this time? Okay, thank you. Public comments, ma'am, if you'd like to come back up, state your name once again.
Tina Marie Carter. I would just like to note that if you look on the business license and you look at the address on there, their operating store is on CY Avenue. She said it's on Walcott. They have 3, but that one is the one that's operating right now. So I don't think you've been told completely the truth on that, because that business license is their current store. You can call them right now. They are operational, and that is their location.
On the Indian. which
No,
one?
the CY. If you look at the formatted page after the second page where
one
it
you-
has the
one you gave
highlights.
us?
Yes. You can see their status. You can also see the address And then the back page I gave you shows that, it's from Google that I pulled today, shows the address. So you can see that it's connected there.
I believe she said the address you said was North McKinley,
Yeah, she told us
702
North McKinley.
702 North McKinley, not,
Right.
and she didn't say, Forbidden Leaf.
Yes,
And that name is not in the business license, it's a blown glass company.
Wyoming
That-
Blown Glass.
Yes, two different things.
yes, I understand that. I understand that. But it is Forbidden Leaf. You can walk out and see Forbidden Leaf on her license plate right now. She's not completely telling you the entire truth. That's all I have to
Thank
say.
you. Any final comments from, public comments from the audience? Final comments?
Yes, I would.
Ma'am, come back up. Please restate your name.
My name is Ashley Taylor, and in the beginning, yes, I did claim ownership to Elias LLC.
To what?
To Elias LLC. I did claim ownership in the very beginning to that. I made that very clear. I don't know why we're still dragging on about that in particular. Again, just want to say I don't understand why I'm being questioned the way I am. So again, sorry. It's hard to keep my mouth shut sometimes.
Does Eric have any claim to the business, or are you the sole proprietor?
I am the sole owner. Eric and I have been off and on in a relationship for 10 years. So,
Okay, so once again, I just want to clarify, you will not be selling any CBD, any THC, any Delta 9,
No,
10,
no.
just Kratom, as of
Kratom.
so far.
As of so far, yes. So
Do you have plans on moving to THC and?
if any legalities to where it becomes legal in our process, then, we can go that route. But as of right now, no.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, public comments are closed. Line item 4, approval of business license for Wyoming Blown Glass. I would like to do a motion to table the business license until we can further look into said concerns.
I agree.
Can I second? I'd like to second that motion.
All those in favor?
I
Any opposed? Motion passes to table the business license for Wyoming Blown Glass until we can get further information. Line item 5, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. I second.
All those in favor?
I.
Aye.
Any opposed for the adjournment of the meeting?
Yeah.
Meeting is closed at 7:22 PM.